Hey guys, welcome to We Are Tottenham TV. This is the live watch along for the Highline Derby, Brighton and Hove Albion against Tottenham Hotspur. I'm here with Luke to watch it. How are you feeling, Luke, and excited about the game?
Yes, that's the word, isn't it? Excited. We expect goals, so let's hopefully get goals.
Yeah, I've been saying Sky Sports in their Saturday night game last night and in their early kickoff game, Aston Villa against Man United, both 0-0s. Spurs and Brighton love to score, love to concede. Are we jinxing it, or do you think it's going to be a high roller, high scorer?
It can't be another 0-0. Can't be another 0-0. I've said it here. So someone's got to score.
All right, let's go through the teams, starting with Spurs, of course. Vicario, the same team as United last week. Vicario, Porro, Udogi, Romero, Van der Ven, and Bentancur. Then James Maddison, Decky Kulusevski, Timo Werner, Dominic Solanke, and Brennan Johnson. On the bench, Forster, Spence, Dragushin, Gray, Bissouma, Bergvall, Moore, and Lancashire. I guess the only thing that people were kind of wondering about is whether Mikey Moore played so well in the week against Ferencvaros that potentially he might have got a starting place ahead of Werner. We were discussing it before coming on air, and we think it's kind of common sense to aid Mikey Moore's development by not rushing him in too early.
Absolutely. I just see that there's no need to put unnecessary pressure on him.
Yeah.
Why would you just... He's happy getting the minutes. He's probably chomping at the bit to get more minutes, of course he is, but that's a good thing. That's what you want. You don't want to be putting the pressure on. Let Timo Werner, with his experience, take the pressure. Hopefully, we've already discussed this as well. Wouldn't it be nice for him to get a goal?
Listen, I feel sorry for Timo Werner because, and you said it before we started. He's smart enough that he's getting himself in some amazing positions. He's making the right runs. He's a clever player, but you can just see that it's almost like you can see the blood drain out of his body when he sees the whites of the goalkeeper's eyes. Like in the Ferencvaros game where he tried to take it round the keeper. I know he tried to take it round the keeper because against Man United, the first one-on-one, he should have taken it round the keeper. Yeah. So therefore, it's already in his mind what he's going to do next time, which is absolutely the wrong way to do it, right?
And if you look, I'm not comparing him to Harry Kane, but Harry Kane, no matter how many times he missed something, he would trust himself again and again. That's a player with no confidence that through on goal, he's decided to try and round him to get on his left foot. He didn't know what to do. It's like, he gets into them positions, he's like, oh yeah, I'm right here. Oh, what am I supposed to do now? And he's like, he's just forgotten.
Yeah,
he's never been a goal scorer, like so per se, clinical as it were. But I do feel for him. He's got to get a goal soon.
I want him to get a goal, but also it's almost like I need him to get a one-on-one goal as well, just to stop everyone. Like the banter is merciless. Like even the pundits and the co-coms are saying nobody expected him to score that, and it must be. I'll give some credit to Ange Postecoglou because it would be really easy to just take him out the firing line. But I think the best way to play him through it is to keep him on the pitch, and also there should be lots of space behind Brighton's back line, shouldn't there?
Yeah, 100%. He's at the point now as well where whatever he does isn't going to be right unless he scores as well. He could have an amazing game, positionally, defensively, tracking back, work rate, everything, but unless he scores, I don't think fans or anyone are going to buy it. Unfortunately, but that's what happens sometimes.
We have had enough injuries, though, I think, that show that getting him in on loan was the right decision, because otherwise, we probably would be having to blood Mikey Moore, which, he looked fantastic against Ferencvaros, I have to say. He's so balanced, and he's a lot stronger than I thought he was. He's kind of seemed to have filled out a little bit, even over the summer. But I do think it's the right thing to just kind of give him minutes in the Premier League, give him maybe starts in the Europa League, minutes in the Premier League. Maybe he'll start against Man City in the Carabao Cup. But not do anything too quickly with him. Let's do the Brighton team now. Verbruggen, Veltman, Webster, Dunk, and Kadioglu. Belieber, Hinchelwood, Mitoma, Minter, Rutter, and Welbeck. We were discussing before, we think the danger, there'll be a few dangers, but Minter and Mitoma offer a lot of pace out wide, and you've got to imagine that they'll be doing that kind of big diag over the back of our fullbacks.
Let's say Van der Ven's got a lot of running to do today, a lot of recoveries to make. But I think someone's an unsung hero in terms of Welbeck, as I say a lot. He will be putting our defenders under pressure when we're on the ball. And that will be a key, how quick we can move it. Because if we do play around with it too much, they will be on us.
Yeah.
But as you say,
they obviously conceded 4 in the first half at Stamford Bridge last week, and the manager did come out afterwards and say he'd discuss with his team whether they wanted to play a similar way this week against Spurs.
He asked them, did he?
He said he's going to speak to his team and he's going to discuss whether they want to go with the same kind of approach against Tottenham. Do you think it will be the Highline derby? Do you think there'll be 10 players in a very small part of the middle of the pitch for most of today?
Average positions, yeah, absolutely. I think that's clearly set his stall out. I'm surprised that he asks for the players' input in that respect. But yeah, I fully expect it. But I'd say first 5 minutes will be crucial as to who takes initiative with that Highline. I think both teams will say the same. Why would they change now?
Ange is just always absolutely single-minded about wanting his teams to dominate the ball. So I think that's what Tottenham will attempt to do. Guys, obviously, if you're not already a subscriber, do subscribe to We Are Tottenham TV. Press that subscribe button, press the bell button so you get notifications every time they release their daily content. Also, you can follow Luke on his TikTok account, which I am informed is at @FootyTalkTok on TikTok. What can they see there?
What can I see there? Anything Tottenham, me trying to apply common sense, having a bit of banter with people.
Very
as
good.
It is. But yeah, just a common sense channel, try to be balanced.
Great. And if you want to see some more daily Spurs content and transfer content, go into the headline, into the title, @BarnabySlater_. That's my channel, and give me a subscribe there. So you, I assume, like me, watched the Ferencvaros game. What were your overall thoughts of that? And is there much from that we can take forward into today's game?
The result, the momentum, I don't think you can really, because it's going to be two different games, opposition-wise. Good that the younger players got some minutes, and I think and it's good to obviously win as well, so Ange isn't questioned for doing so. But I think the one thing you do take is momentum. I think other than that, because you've got a disrupted team in terms of, obviously it's not an identical side. Yeah. So I think it's as a club, it's that momentum going into this game.
Confidence high, momentum, and obviously confidence should still be high from that absolute mauling we gave Manchester United last week. Bentancur has been picked again ahead of Basuma. I thought Basuma did pretty well against Ferencvaros. He did what I think Basuma does a lot of, which is he does the hard things incredibly well. He'll get away from like three men, and then he will slightly lazily play a ball straight to the opposition. Do you foresee Bentancur keeping this 6 role until he maybe gets suspended for his misdemeanour?
100%. Yeah, I do. And I was Bentancur before his injuries and things. When I like him on the ball, but my worry was he couldn't work with Maddison at the time, initial stages. But now they seem to be having a bit more of a balance between who gets on the ball, who comes into these spaces. And I like that Bentancur's shown that maturity to adapt to that. Yeah. And all the while he does, I think he just protects the ball a bit better than Basuma. At times, as you say, spot on there in that game against Ferencvaros. He had the ball. He knocked it around the player on the run, and he'd do these things, and like, well, where's he been hiding that for? But then he'll give it away, and you go, yeah, that's it. Yeah, and obviously, you've got to talk a little bit about last season's game at the Amex. Tottenham were 4-0 down in no time, or it felt like no time at all. Did then get a couple of goals back, and at one point, it looked like we might make a real fight of it in the last few minutes. What do you think Ange will be saying to the players today that they need to do differently to make sure they don't get under that kind of pressure? Score early, score first. You have to. That's everyone. Everyone will say that it is score first. Take the game to them. Don't allow them to take it to us. And I do think if we can nick a goal like Old Trafford. Oh God, Old Trafford was a joy. What did you think of that performance? It's even better when you're watching it next to a Manchester United fan, as I was, and you're just watching his face. And I've been there. Well, we've both been there. But yeah, no, it was just refreshing to see us actually go to Old Trafford with confidence. Van der Ven do that run, set the tone early on. And that's what we need again. The players are out on the pitch. They're just doing the lineups here. I'll get into the comments a little bit. Jason Green says, all this negative talk against Werner, he might end up scoring and then shush the haters just the same as Johnson. Lol. Obviously, it was only, and Big Ange, I think, spoke about this in his press conference. It was only about, 2.5, 3 weeks ago that everyone was calling for Brennan Johnson to never play for the club again. Money, all this, yeah. So maybe Timo could, if he could score a one-on-one, he might go on a little run, mightn't he? I just think his expectation levels. Let's let the man do a job. He's not there to change the world or anything. He's there to fill in, and there's not many players that would have wanted to do that at Tottenham, coming in expecting to be a sub. And yeah, we want him to finish his chances, of course we do. But AK24 with some predictions. Get your predictions into the chat, guys. AK24 suggests Spurs win 3-0, Madders with 1, Solanke with 2. Let's have a look. What else are people saying? Robert Hardy says Werner brace today. And then Marilyn Manson is innocent, says Werner is awful. So, in kind of classic fashion, a good cross-section of thoughts and opinions about Tottenham players. It seems to me, Luke, that there always has to be a fall guy.
at Spurs, and at the moment it's Timo Werner. Why does there always have to be a football guy? Is that just the nature of supporting football over the internet now?
Yeah, I think it's not unique to just Tottenham.
No.
Everyone will. The minute you lose a game, it's question marks. You try and think too much into it. And it's an easy one when you miss a few one-on-ones. I'm interested to see, and I'm not comparing it exactly, but Traore for... who did he miss the chances for?
Fulham.
Yeah. The other three, was it 3 one-on-ones that he or 3 good chances?
Was that against City?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the one where he outpaced Walker?
Yes.
I've never seen Kyle Walker outpaced, ever. That's the first time. What will that do to Walker's ego?
Oh, he's got to give it up soon, isn't he? I love him, but he's got to give it up soon. But yeah, that's it. So everyone is always going to be a full guy. I just hope he doesn't last too long for him.
I was pleased to see Estupinian on the bench because it was him who scored the absolute worldie last year, wasn't it? Put it in the top corner. Am I right?
That's
I think I'm right. And then the other thing just to talk about maybe briefly before kickoff is Ange Postecoglou came out this week and said how their manager, Hertzler, when he was manager of St. Pauli last year, he came and spent a day with Spurs and asked Ange loads of questions. And Ange was like, I wish I hadn't let him come. He's very young, isn't he? What is he, like 31, this manager?
Yeah.
I don't think Ange will want to have one put over him by a 31-year-old.
Not the first time I'd have seen it.
Let's see what happens. So let's see what your... guys, make sure... Yeah, well, there we go. Youngly says 1-0 Spurs win, and Insomniac says 3-0 Werner hat-trick, let's go. We're about to kick off, guys. This could potentially be Tottenham's 6th win on the spin. However, what I would say is our form going into international breaks over the last few months has been pretty awful. My recollection of it is that we pretty much always lose before international breaks, and it makes the 2 weeks unbearable. And you have to kind of watch England and just be like, ugh, who really cares? Oh, it looks like there's going to be a minute silence. Let's find out what that's in aid of. They're just showing some Deki Kulusevski stats. Most chances created for Tottenham in games. He's at the top of that list at the moment. It's a minute silence for Barry Lloyd, who is a ex-Brighton person. Paul McWilliam says 3-1 Spurs. As does Jake Backus. Big up, guys. 3-1 Spurs. Sean Lim says, challenge for you lads. Have a shot of tequila every time Werner misses. Oh, dear.
See, I don't mind that.
His touch, it's impressed me a little bit, actually. When he played against Coventry, his touch was so bad, and I actually accused him of pretending to be injured to get off that pit. The armband. We're in the green kit. What do you think of that green kit, Luke?
Love it. It's my favourite one.
Is that true?
Yeah, well, I don't mind it.
It just reminds me a bit of pyjamas.
Well, mate, that's the blue one for me. Reminds me more of pyjamas, but...
Yeah, true. They're both a bit pyjama-y.
Good memories from
Brighton will be shooting from right to left as we look at it. Come on, Spurs. Just keep the confidence up. Brighton coming straight at us from the kickoff. They're going to try and do a Brentford. And they're coming at us down the right straight away. But Deki Kulusevski picks it up, lays it into Madders. And Tottenham on the put him in. Werner's in, and Johnson is at the back stick. Put him in. Oh, it's a bad cross.
Why has he done that? Oh,
Timo, who put in an unbelievable cross for Will Lancashire in the first minute against Ferencvaros. Werner was in down the side, and this is what he's usually really good at. Maybe it came a little bit early because he puts the cross too far in front of Brennan Johnson. It would have been onside.
Oh, you called it before the game.
Oh, Timo.
That's the exact thing you called, didn't we? Johnson running alongside him.
Yeah. Oh, Timo is usually brilliant at that, but Spurs with the first chance of the game after 17 seconds.
Good start.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, Werner.
Deki with so much space. Oh, it's not a good ball. Trying to find Madders, who ends up fouling his man. Well, if we were wondering whether Brighton would try and play a little less openly, the space already afforded to Deki Kulusevski in this game suggests not. Brennan Johnson, who would have scored his 6 in 6 there if Timo could have just put it on a plate for him. But now Brighton coming in down the right-hand side, and they're in with Mickey van der Ven putting on the afterburners, and Minter having to jump over him. Oh dear, that would have been so fun. Timo! It just came too early for him. I think like later in the game he probably would have done all right there and got the ball right. Anyway, Brighton now on the right-hand side. chance to get the cross in. Spurs need to be better at stopping crosses at source than they have been this season. That's going to be a corner, is it? No.
Yeah, good.
It's a good block from Van der Ven and ends up in Vicario's hands. And Brighton looking to put the press on high on Romero, who goes a mid-range ball in towards Johnson, who does beautifully to find Decky Kulusevski. He's down the right now. And actually, it's Lewis Dunk, so you probably can outpace him here, Decky. And he's still driving here, Decky, towards the right-hand side of the box. He's still driving at him. He's going to cut in. It's going to be a chance. And Lewis Dunk gets a block on it.
That's better. That's good.
And you've got to say, yeah, Dunk did all right in the end to get a block on that. Decky cut in on his left, tried to put it into the near stick. And it's a short corner. Decky just a heavy touch there. But he's strong into the 50-50. Oh, just cleared by Brighton.
Right, it's a positive start. I like that.
I mean, there's so much space on this pitch. It's unbelievable. Brighton looking to do the press on Bentancur here. Lays it across to Udogie. And Udogie's going to go back to Vicario. Bentancur gets it off Vicario. Romero is with him. Porro making him an option. Romero across to Van der Ven, who has Udogie with him. And then Werner, you'd like to think, will be someone else, but he turns out, and Udogie beats his man there. And now he's driving forward, as he loves to do. Solanke trying to make a run for him, and in the end, actually, it just gets away from Udogie. He has to turn away. But he finds Bentancur now, who's driving forward as well. Finds Werner. Now Werner driving. They're one-on-one down the line, and that's easy for Werner. So he's going to get a cross in. Just hits the first man, unfortunately, but he'll be very pleased to see that they're not doubling up on him. Minter doesn't want to get involved with that, and Timo beat his fullback very easily there.
Which you do wonder how that affects his confidence, that pass, so that's good. It's good to see him do that.
Yeah. Back with Romero and Van der Ven now. He's getting pressed. He finds Werner with a nice ball, and Udogie's made a nice run for him there. He finds him. Udogie now. And Webster's had to come across, and he blocks the little pass. It goes out for a throw-in. Good to see Udogie back on the pitch, because obviously he went out with a little injury and didn't make it for Ferencvaros. He went off against United, but he seems to have recovered, which I'm pleased about. One of my favourite players. Yeah. Romero tries to dink it over the top, and Madders is through. How's your touch, Madders? It's good.
Oh,
and he has a shot, and in the end, it's blocked. Was it onside? Looks like it was.
Just wouldn't come down. That's a great run.
Oh, what a run.
See, that's better. Maddison in them areas.
But now he's got to look up, I think, and not shoot. He was too wide, and Solanke, I think, was free in the middle. Maybe Johnson, in fact.
Yes, he should never let it bounce that second time there.
Madders with the corner. Spurs have had 3 shots, basically, already, or two shots and one what should have been a goal in the first 5 minutes. Been a lovely start. They're looking confident. Madders is going to in-swing this corner. Here it comes. Oh, nearly hit Decky Kulusevski there. No, it wasn't Decky, because he's now getting the ball at the back. Oof, it's a strong tackle.
They're throwing, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a throw into Brighton. They're looking to do it quickly, but they drop it.
I think they're going to want to settle the game down now. Brighton. They need to slow it down.
Is it in their nature, though? I don't know if it's in their nature. Are they as relentless as Spurs? Anyway, it's a throw, and he's going to go long down the line here, the Brighton player. Porro pushed in the back, nothing given. And Bentancur tries to get it into Decky's feet. And now it comes into the middle of midfield. And actually, they're in down the right here if Udogie's not careful. But good press from Werner means he had to turn away. And now Solanke putting the press on. And they have to go long, which is probably an opportunity. Oh, hello. Oh, well done, Vicario. Vicario stopped the long through ball and headed it to Udogie. And now Mickey's got to put the afterburners on. Does beautifully, Mickey van der Ven.
Well done.
Oh, and not only nicked the ball ahead of the Brighton player, but then found Udogie. What's happening here?
What's he given?
What's the ref? Oh, someone's on the floor off the ball here. Yeah, it's a Brighton player who's just on his back, miles away, back towards the Brighton keeper.
Was that in the 50-50? No, when?
Don't know what happened there. But both the physios are on. It's a bit of a worry, this. Let's have a look. Is that Webster? Oh, he's done his hammy, is he?
Yeah.
So Webster just plays a long ball over the top, the one that Vicario had to clear, and it looks like his hammy is pinged. And I think they've had some problems with their centre-backs, injury-wise. Let me have a look.
We've got if Werner could actually cross, and when Maddison wasn't selfish, Johnson would have 2 goals already. He must be frustrated.
Who's he going to bring on here? So on the bench, they've got Lamptey, Julio, Estupinian, Ayari, Wiffer, Gruder, Enciso, and Ferguson. I don't know who's going to be coming on. Let's get in the chat. Scotty English says, Ange still out, but Barnaby gets a stay for now. He was saying all last week that Ange and Barnaby out. Fair enough. Ulf says, if Werner actually could cross the ball and or Maddison wasn't so selfish, Johnson would have 2 goals already. My God, he must be frustrated. Oh, dear. Well done. That's embarrassing. LR sits, and that is why Maddison's not getting called up. I mean, I think he'd basically already made his decision when he made the run. If he gets this down, he's going to have a shot, right?
If he didn't let it bounce twice, it's fair game to have a shot. But he's let it bounce, he's delayed, and at that moment in time, then that doesn't become the best option. And that's, decision-making key there. But it's just promising. It's nice to just be in behind them, get chances early on. Brighton, I mean, they haven't really had it. They had it in our area yet?
Not yet.
Don't speak
Not
too
yet.
soon.
So it's Igor, is it? Igor Tudor? No, Igor Tudor is an old player from the 90s. What's his name? He is full of tats. This player is coming on. This little break in play might help Brighton, to be honest.
That's exactly that, yeah.
Interestingly, before the game, Dimitar Berbatov, what a player. He was a pundit for the Villa Man United game. And he said, I far enjoy watching Tottenham at the moment than I do watching Manchester United. I like watching the attacking play. Anyway, the game is back on. Van der Ven to Vicario to Romero. You'd think there'll be at least 2 or 3 minutes added now for at the end of the first half. Romero now just calling on Welbeck, getting it to Van der Ven. Werner. Is that Werner? No, it's Maddison who went with him, trying to find Udogie, but Brighton nick it off us. And Solanke has to go and put the press on. And Brighton go dink it over the top again. Van der Ven is going for it. He's being pressed. Got to be careful here.
Oh, the bounce.
Be careful here, Bentancur. Oh, Rodrigo Bentancur. And do you know what? Romero's helped him out, but it was a bit of a scary tackle Romero put in there. And Udogie helps him out. And he gets a foul. Udogie does well. Yeah, so Romero kind of went hard into a 50-50, which is always slightly scary, but it was important because Bentancur was just a little bit too cute and lost.
Yeah, a bit casual there, wasn't he?
A bit casual.
What we was criticising Bissouma before the game.
That's the risk-reward, though, that Ange wants, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Kulusevski now turns away, and he's had a lovely start to this game, Kulusevski. Finds Pedro Porro, who finds... Oh, no, there's Pedro Porro. Who finds Maddis. Oh, Maddis. I wonder if he could have dived to try and head that in Robin Van Persie style. Porro plays a ball kind of diagonally towards a Maddison run. And I just wonder if he could have thrown his head at this. It would have been from like outside the box. There.
It's pretty clear he's been instructed to get in behind. So rather than getting on the ball too much, break the lines. It's good.
I think if Maddis could have thrown his head on that, he would have scored because the keeper was going for the cross ball. Anyway, Spurs putting the high press on Brighton now, playing it in their box. Get it out to the left back. And they do well. Oh, and Romero, I tell you what, Brighton have done really well here. And they're in down the left with Matoma, which is one of the big dangers. Get off the pitch. No, it doesn't. But he's offside, is he?
No.
But well done. The Spurs back line are ecstatic to see the offside flag go up there. Does Matoma go a little bit too early here? He does. Yeah. A very good line from Pedro Porro. Wow.
Very well done. Good awareness.
And the lino does well because they often don't give those and wait to see whether it's going to be a goal or not. Porro dinks it over the top, and Kulusevski has broken their lines again. Spurs have got in behind so much in this game already. He's fronting him up now, Kulusevski, and tries to cross it through to Brendan Johnson, who made a run across the near post as he loves to do. And Brighton clear it, but Spurs putting the press on high again, and Brighton breaking it quite easily there. And Matoma, oh no, it's not Matoma, but they're in down the left here, Welbeck. Look how open it is.
It's good. We've recovered well. It's good.
Yeah, bodies. Decky's wrong side there.
No way.
Yeah, I think it was a foul. Yeah, it was.
As in, why has it happened? That's something. How have they allowed that to happen?
About 3 of them tried to foul well back there, and eventually one of them did. It's a free kick. You've got to think they'll try and put into the box. He was wrong side there, Kulusevski, from the start. It was a bit weird. In the end, it's actually Bentancur who gives away the foul. It's quite straight. It's quite central, this free kick. I think some audio issues here. So it's quite straight, and they've got men on the left-hand side, 3 against 2, 3 against 3, kind of on the back post where Lewis Dunk is lurking. That's, I think, where they'll aim it. Yeah. But cleared well by Romero. He gets it out wide. Oh, and he was offside, was he, Lewis Dunk? So he lets it go out for a throw. 13 minutes gone. Brighton 0, Spurs 0. Spurs have got in behind Brighton 3 or 4 times already. Haven't quite made the right decision at the end, or been able to get the right final ball. And Brighton starting to play their way into the game a little bit. Romero now gets it back to Vicario. Oh, I don't like this, but Vicario finds Van der Ven across his box. Has to wait for it to come across him, and now he finds Vicario again, who first time plays it to Romero. Bentancur giving him a good option in the middle, gives it back to him.
You can see what they're trying to do in their press, just stopping the balls going through into the midfielders.
Yeah.
That's all they're trying to do, not get on Van der Ven or Romero.
Van der Ven finds Madders, who finds Bentancur, who gives it back to Van der Ven, just moving Brighton around here. Madders coming a bit deeper. Romero finds Van der Ven. He's going to look for Werner, I would have thought. No, he gets on the drive here, Van der Ven. He gets caught under his feet, and it's a foul.
Looks fortunate.
But that's a good option that Van der Ven offers there, which we always miss when Dragusin is playing. That ability, if the pass isn't on, to just drive it past the first man and then open up the options. Anyway, Udogie to Maddison. Spurs are playing more confidently than they did in the first 3 games of the season, that is for sure. They're popping it about quite nicely. Romero now is looking for an option. They're just blocking that ball into Bentancur, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. That's 100%.
Anyway, here's Romero. He wants to find... Oh, he plays a nice little ball into Porro, who's inverted in the middle. Van der Ven finds Udogie out left. Oh, and gives a bit of a dicky ball into Madders, and they lose it. And now it comes out wide left, but that's a heavy touch from Matoma, and a good tackle from Porro, and Decky is now in, and there are men forward here. Keep going, Decky, into the box. Cuts it back for Werner! And it's a good tackle just in front of him. Good press from Spurs.
Nothing silly.
Oh, and they get out well, Brighton. They're good at that. I mean, they've been doing it for years, so... But again, it's Johnson now putting on the press, and it goes all the way back to the keeper. And Solanke working hard, as he does. And Werner's got to stop that ball. Doesn't quite get there. Udogie doesn't get there in time, and it comes down the line. Good stuff from Brighton here. And Minter's going to run at Van der Ven. This will be an interesting one. Good tackle from Madders.
Well done.
Goes back to Vicario. Madders did well to get involved there. Minter versus Van der Ven looked like it was going to be a bit of a race down the right, but Minter bottled it, basically. And you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, let's be honest.
Romero back to Vicario. They're not interested really in pressing Vicario. Maybe they will if it goes to his wrong side at some point. Yeah, here we go. Now Matoma goes to him, and it is on his wrong side, but he finds Van der Ven, who goes a little longer now into Big Dom, who does well. He won the ball there, yeah. And Udogie's in, and Werner, it's not a great ball to Werner, but Werner's in down the left now, one-on-one. Plays into Udogie, not bad. Yeah, it's a corner.
Well defended.
Oh, he's given a goal kick. That's never, ever a goal kick, and Udogie's going mad about it.
Did the ball go out or something? Did it? Is that where they're going by? The ball's already out before he
clipped it?
No,
he thinks it hit Dunk and then hit Udogie and went off, I think. Dunk did one of the longest slide tackles ever there.
Yeah, he did
sliding for about 25 seconds, it felt like, anyway. Brighton have tried to press it all the way, get it out into the front line, but Spurs just play it back to Vicario, who plays Romero. Oh, God, it's Alan Smith on the co-coms. I hate it when Alan Smith does Spurs games. Anyway, he's saying Spurs have a nice control of this game. Romero just waiting for the ball into Bentancur's got to be careful here, and he's fouled. It was Dom Solanke who held it up nicely there. That's something that we've added to our game since Dom joined the club. What have you thought of him so far?
Brilliant. It's his work rate. It's the running he does for the players. He's going to be attacking. Oh, go on.
Kulusevski, Johnson's being really fluid this first half. He's found Kulusevski, shapes to cross it, but gets it back to Porro, and they're going to work it across again. Yeah, sorry about Solanke, yeah.
Yeah, and I said he's going to get a ton of tap-ins this season because of his positioning, which is exactly what we want.
Kulusevski is making so many runs in the channel. They're really struggling to follow him.
It's only when it becomes hard for us now, when teams get set up in this position. This is notoriously what we find difficult to make this setup down. So let's see.
Werner now. There we go, gets around his man again. How'd you cross this time? He cuts it back.
What's he doing?
It's not great. This time he tried to cut it back rather than get it across the front, but...
He does all of the hard work. He does everything right until that final ball.
Yeah.
Just hit it across just hit it with some pace across the 6-yard box.
You did the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes it's just best to whack it across and get an own goal. Anything can happen. Brighton will be pleased they haven't conceded during this first 20 minutes because Spurs have been in the ascendancy. Brighton throw it back. They're going to have to... Brennan Johnson is putting the press on the keeper. Keeper has to go long in the end, kicks it straight out. Good press from Spurs.
Good.
And they take the throw quickly. Udogie back to Van der Ven. And now Romero. Across to Van der Ven. He hasn't got really anyone near him, but he does find Werner, who's actually got loads of space. Plays a nice ball into Madders. Werner has to turn away. Oh, come on. Werner had his back to the player behind him, and the player's gone down as if he's been elbowed, but let's see this.
Is it a handoff?
Oh,
no.
God,
Leave off.
Embarrassing. That's just because Werner's short.
Yeah. You can't be giving that.
Dearie me. Game's gone. Game's gone. That was Baliba who went down like he'd been shot. Anyway, Brighton play this one long to Mitoma, and he's got a lot of space around him. But Johnson, who seems to have... Yeah, he put a good press on there, Johnson. Oh, it's nearly a very good ball first time. Van der Ven played it to Werner, and he just tried a little ball around the corner, and it nearly paid off. And now Van der Ven's out of position, actually, in central midfield. Has given away a foul in central midfield. And yet another Brighton player holding his head.
He's not letting much go. I mean, he has got a hand on his shirt. That's the only trouble, isn't it?
Dearie me.
You normally refer to it as 6-1, half a dozen, but...
Anyway, Brighton have a free kick in the centre circle.
All comments now are on Timo Werner. Everything's Timo. That's what we need. We don't want this. Some saying he's playing all right.
I'm not. Keep writing. Keep getting in the comments, everyone. But I'm not looking at the comments because we're on a bit of a delay, or at least actually we're probably not on delay, are we? Because it's Sky, right? No. Okay, there's no delay. Ignore me. I'm an idiot. I can look at the comments. Anyway, Brighton have it on the right hand side, and Udogie nicks off and wins the throw in, and that's the first one Spurs have won actually. T-Swell says Timo out, then who in? Well, Mikey Moore, I think, is the answer to that. But, Mickey van der Ven with the Cruyff turn away from his man there. It's a bit of a slippery day, so I want him to be a bit careful. Don't get complacent. Johnson now plays a lovely ball into Pedro Porro. Is in behind. Is at the byline. Dinks it. Chance Werner!
Please.
Yeah, it's a goal. It's over the line. It's over the line. It's a goal to Tottenham Hotspur. And is that Werner? No, it's offside.
Oh, well, Porro originally.
Would it have been Werner's goal? Great cross from Porro. It's going to be tight.
He's not.
It's going to be tight. It's not that.
That's not.
Oh, it would be Maddison's goal, actually. This will be interesting. They're going to draw the lines here. It looks like it might be a touch off to me. This is going to be like a thimble. I think it's going to be it looks like his shoulder might be off. What do you think?
I thought on, but it is.
Well, how do they know that he's the deepest one? I don't. Anyway, we're in the VAR room now, boys and girls. Is he any deeper than the other guy?
Offsides.
His foot looks a bit further back, actually. So it's basically whether Pedro Porro, who made a fantastic run down the right, is offside. It used to be that level is onside. The game has gone. And they've given it offside.
So what part of his body have they gone by?
Shoulder.
His shot.
That's a shame. That is a shame. But anyway, the game goes on, and Solanke straight away pressing them. Brighton try and play out the press, and they do well. Get it down the line into Welbeck, I think. And our doggy's pressing him from behind. That'll be a foul.
No foul.
Oh, he's not giving it the ref, and good for him. Well done. Johnson in the middle. Johnson in the middle.
Yes!
Goal, Brennan Johnson! Oh, 6 in 6.
Yes.
Brennan Johnson. What a ball. Who played the ball? Was it Solanke?
I think it was, yeah. Solanke, yeah.
Brennan Johnson! What a finish! Came to him on his left peg, in behind, and just strokes it with the inside of his foot. So confident.
The difference. That's it. Confidence. He knew what he was doing straight away.
The through ball was absolutely delicious. Was it Solanke? Or was it Madders? The only danger is there was what looked like a little bit of a foul, but there's a high bar on these for overturning it, so I'm sure they won't overturn it. It's in midfield. Spurs are putting the press on. It's Udogie. Nah, there's nothing. And it's Madders plays it into Solanke, and Solanke with the pass.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, no foul.
Nothing
no
there,
chance.
mate.
Madison, Solanke.
Big assist for Solanke as well. 1-0 Spurs. 23rd minute. Daryl Bradford in the comments says, Johnson haters, sit down. Fantastic finish into the corner. He didn't try and hit it too hard. Just passed it in, left foot on his swinger. Love it.
That is the difference in confidence.
What is the record? Vardy? Oh, that's league though, isn't it? So how many league games in a row has he scored now? Is it 3? It's 6 in 6 all comps.
Yeah, Brighton United. I think what was it? His Premier League, the other one, Brighton United.
Well, he started at Coventry, didn't he? So
Yeah.
Coventry is the first one.
He's Karabag. He's got Ferenc Varos.
Sam, help us out here. Who else has he scored against in the Premier League?
Or was it?
Anyway, Spurs putting the press on all the way back to the keeper now. And Brighton being brave with that pass, and it's a good turn. And Kulusevski and Johnson working back really well. Oh, and the ref's got to give that as a foul, surely. Well, he doesn't. Spurs get away with one there a little bit, I have to say. He gave the advantage, but I think he could have let the advantage come back, to be honest. But anyway, Spurs have the ball in the back line now. And Romero is going to find Udogie, I think. Yeah, he does. So much space on this pitch for Spurs. If they could get a second now, it could be fun.
Good.
Comes back to Vicario now. Romero with a nice ball into Bentancur. Oh, heavy touch from Rodrigo, and he loses it. Danger here. Brighton are through on the left, and Romero helps him out. Stand up, stand up! And that's a goal kick. Well done, Pedro Porro. Did really well. Gives it the old fist bump as well. Bentancur just with a heavy touch there. He's been a little heavy this morning in this game so far.
There's big responsibility on that player now with just having one in front and allowing Kulusevski and Maddison to go for him to be able to protect the ball. It's massive.
It's a dangerous role for him on a wet day as well, when your touch has got to be so perfect because it skids away from you. And that just happened. Anyway, Vicario now plays out to Romero. Porro's with him, but he's going to try and dink it. Who's there? Oh, beautiful from Johnson. Spurs doing well here. Solanke, good turn. Good stuff. Keep the ball. That's nice. Johnson now to Bentancur. Out to Udogie, and Werner is one-on-one again out wide here. Go on, drive at him, Timo. And he does. He knows he's got him on toast, Timo. He lets him back in. Yeah, he does well to find Madders. Oh, no.
No. Come on, Madders. Get up, son. Get up.
Oh. Madders. Oh,
no. What is going on here? This is... But he doesn't need to do that. I know it's pathetic from the Brighton player going there, but why does he do that?
So what happened is Madders takes a heavy touch towards the byline, and the defender goes into him. Madders dives a bit, I think, and then the defender tries to pick him up, and Madders doesn't like it and whips his arm away, and then the defender falls on the floor. Madders is saying he was being pinched as he was being picked up, I think. But Madders, this is one thing Spurs do not need, is to get themselves into a disciplinary problem. And the ref has dealt with that well, I think. He's just had a word with them, and it's all right, Madders. Just do it on the pitch, Madders. That's all good.
Never.
Yeah, it's a dive from Madders. He does that a bit, you know. Yeah. Anyway, long ball from Brighton, and they win the first ball here. Udogie's trying to help out. He does well, Udogie, there. But Brighton pick up the second ball, and they play it out to Mitoma. This is Mitoma's first chance to run at Porro, and they've got a runner coming outside him as well.
Good running, Johnson. Good.
I tell you what, Vicario, it ended up being a bit of a shot there, and Vicario did quite well. And then Timo Werner's done one of the
best
oddest
cross he's done all day.
One of the oddest things ever, which he did a long clearance and straight back into his own box. Anyway, Tottenham give the big Gary Owen up towards Dom Solanke, who do well to win that there. And actually, Brighton have done well to recycle the ball. And they're back in their back line now. Solanke's a workhorse. Look at that.
Everyone's working hard today. It's good. It's good to see.
Lewis Dunk has it now. Bit of time on the ball here for Brighton. We've got to put some pressure on this ball. Otherwise, that's likely to happen. But Bentancur, beautiful. Good stuff. Decky down the right now.
That's right. That's best option.
Mitoma dives in on him. It's a throw into Spurs. 28 minutes gone. Brighton 0, Tottenham 1. That was Mitoma's first chance to run at Porro. He was showing him the line. He really wants... it's a good outside of the foot cross, actually, by Mitoma in the end. And Vicario dived out, kind of fisted it away.
What people may not have seen there as well, Brennan Johnson's tracking back to double up. That's impressive.
Yeah, really good. Well, that's another thing confidence will bring you, is just the want to do everything right. Or another bit of a dicky touch from Bentancur again there. Gives it to Maddison, who helps him out. Helps his mate out. Romero now. To Porro. Plays it down the line. Lovely stuff between Porro and Kulusevski, who finds Brennan Johnson now. Nice stuff from Spurs. Oh, it's a bit of an unfortunate bad pass from Porro. But in the end, the press on the keeper means he has to hack it out of play. Good stuff from Spurs. Decky is enjoying the freedom of the park today. Lovely, lovely player. To think some Spurs fans were calling for him to be sold in the summer.
Another one that
was
a scapegoat at one point.
This is going to go. Spurs just playing some stuff in midfield, but in the end it goes back to Vicario, who's brings it back to Romero. There was a little bit of standing water I saw there with one of those passes. And Decky, again, absolutely free. They're not following him at all. And he plays it inside to Johnson, who's going to drive at the centre-back. Oh, I thought he could have put it in front of Madders there, but he put behind him. But comes to Udogie on the left. And Werner, once again, is one-on-one with his full-back. He comes inside this time. Tries to dink in across. It's a bit too high. And Brighton actually do well to get it out. And here comes Welbeck. And Bentancur did well. And we push them all the way back. It's going to go back to the keeper here, I think. Yeah. Solanke, of course, pressing the keeper. Oh, good press from Werner. And Udogie's the second one. And he does well, and it's a throw into Brighton. Hola Spurs says, beautiful football. Lauren Deb, hello Deb. Going away kit needs a brighter colour. Yeah. I have actually got mixed up. Oh, what a bizarre throw in that was. But Brighton just did a very weird throw, but they get a second bite of the cherry. Solanke working his nuts off, as ever. He play it out wide, but Johnson also working hard. Oh, Madders. Oh, he dived in a bit there. This is what happened against Newcastle, and this now the midfielder is away, and Kulusevski needs to work a bit harder as well here. Decky. And it comes across to Mitoma. Of course it does. He's one-on-one with Porro here. He plays a beautiful ball. Brighton should be level there. Mitoma plays a wonderful outside of the foot cross into Welbeck, and he should score, and he doesn't.
See, Romero weren't happy with what happened originally, but he's also let his man get across him. I want to know what Romero's unhappy about. Yeah, it's Romero switching off.
Yeah.
He's got him the wrong side of him. It's okay to moan at someone else. That's lucky. Lucky escape.
Mitoma, beautiful outside of the foot cross. And Spurs just for a little minute there looked a little bit lackadaisical. And it came once again from James Maddison sprinting in to try and nick the ball and missing it. And they were free down the middle. Good challenge from Udogie, who puts Werner in down the left. Brennan Johnson's nowhere, though. He's on his own here, Timo's. And he actually just lets the ball get away from him. And Brighton... And again, they find Mitoma. And Brennan, you've got to come and help Porro here. Oh, he's taken Porro on. Great cross. And cleared by Bentancur. And the crowd are getting behind them a little bit.
A few wake-up calls now. That's it.
Mitoma would be top of my list. Pretty near top of my list for Spurs to get the next Sonny.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brighton playing some good stuff here now. Spurs have turned off a little bit. And he's in at the back. Should be a goal, but it's a terrible touch. And Spurs have just turned off for 2 minutes here. And it's a corner off Udogie, but they've just they look a bit fatigued in the last couple of minutes.
Switched off.
We're so bad at marking. The back post ball is always on, and we don't put enough pressure on the crosses to stop it from happening. Minter with the corner. Spurs need to suffer here under with Antonio Conte's lexicon. It's about suffering. Let's be strong from this set piece. It's going to be an in-swinger, and they've got a man somewhere near Vicario. Decky's trying to deal with him.
Oh, Maddison.
Yeah, they're trying to push, and it came right on top of... And the ref has actually given a free kick because Maddison was protecting Vicario and was knocked down. Good stuff from Madders there. Look, they're trying to push Maddison onto Vicario. Look, yeah, that's a foul. See what I mean? They're trying to do the Arsenal.
He loves it, old Veltman.
Anyway, Spurs play it through. Kulusevski, and that's a yellow card.
It's got to be yellow.
That's a yellow card for the Brighton player. Because Kulusevski beat him easily, and he would have been in.
Yeah.
That's a long time for him to be on a yellow. Decky just holding his knee. Hopefully he's all right.
Who got the first goal? Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson, the 23rd minute, 6th in 6 games. But it's Kulusevski pulling the strings for Spurs. They cannot follow him at the moment.
Yeah, for all the play that we've had, Brighton have had 2. That touch is better for Minter there.
Lovely ball from Romero into Kulusevski. Just gets stuck under his feet a bit, but he finds Brennan Johnson, makes a secondary run. Johnson finds Porro. It comes back to our back line. Spurs do need to just, get back on the... Lovely stuff from Johnson, finds Kulusevski in the channel again. He tries the early cross, and it just loops into the keeper's arms. Yeah, but just in that last few minutes, Brighton showing their teeth. And now Solanke puts the angled press on, and the keeper has to go long. A long straight one. And Welbeck does really well, you have to say. And Romero is now chasing the ball a little bit. He's out of position here, Romero. Madders has got to be careful here. Yeah, tried to put the press on. Up. Just needs to be careful with those. Good press from Solanke on Tudor. He does well. Why am I calling him Tudor? His name's Igor. Welbeck's in here. And Van der Ven comes across. Oh, good stuff from Brighton here. They get to the byline, but bring it back to Welbeck. Playing some good stuff now around the 18-yard box, Brighton. And they're in again here down the left with Welbeck. But it's a bad ball, but Bentancur just got caught under his feet. And Spurs just kind of hack it
I've got to weather this storm now. Just weather it.
Werner just drives in there a bit. And a good little doggy run from... but they're in down the left again to the byline. Porro. And it comes back to Mitoma. He's got a free cross. And it goes to the back stick. Of course it does. And it's a header, but it's wide. And he didn't really get much on it there. Hinchelwood's header.
This is where Romero needs to be a leader now and just organise them, set them down for the next 2 or 3 minutes.
It's Mitoma who's really getting in the game.
It's almost as if Johnson's knacking himself out, doing all that tracking back.
Yeah. Porro goes long down the line this time, long straight into the middle to Solanke, who's turned beautifully. And Werner's going to be in here if he can make the run for him, and he is in. And Werner now driving into the box. He's going to lay it to Madders, surely. Chance for Madders. Chance! Goal!
Yes!
Madders, the keeper should be saving that, but who cares?
Good, Maddison. Now settle
And it's
down.
an assist for Timo Werner. He drove into the box and he lays it back for Madders, who slots into the far corner, but the keeper's going to be unhappy with that.
Did it bobble up? Did it just get underneath him?
Wet pitch. And he does the darts.
Of course he does.
Keeper should save it, but we don't care.
Solanke,
It's a good ball. He
involvement.
waits for the right time here, Werner. Oh, the keeper's had a
Underneath
nightmare.
him, yeah, he has.
But I don't care.
Nah.
Apart from the last 5 minutes, you'd say we deserve to be 2 up, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's horrible. The only slight defence you've got is that it comes past the body, but he gets there and it just kind of, he almost dives too far for it, goes under his wrists. Brighton 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2, goals from Brennan Johnson and James Maddison. And Tottenham have been good for it, other than the last few minutes where Brighton have been finding Matoma and they're looking for that ball every time now. Porro, nice, they do it again, but Porro heads it back to Vicario. And Van der Ven, beats his man there, and the man's gone down weirdly. And now he gets up, of course he does. And Timo, with a decent first touch, finds Madders. Nice ball to Udogie. They're playing some good stuff here, Spurs. Madders again. Good first touch. Oh, beats his man.
Well done.
Oh, I thought he could put Decky in there, but in the end he tries one too many Madders, and Brighton are in down the middle. Bentancur might get booked there. No, he doesn't. Doesn't take him, but Brighton have got 4 men forward here. It's Minter against Van der Ven down the right, down the left-hand side. Good tackle, Bentancur. Good clearance.
Well done.
Such an open game. Already 2 goals in this game. There's no way that's going to be it either.
Right shape. Brennan Johnson, get away. That's it.
Matoma. And again, but Porro in a good position, but actually should have just cleared it, I think. Matoma, another chance to cross it. Good block, Brennan Johnson. Comes to Igor. Stop the cross at source. We don't stop the cross at source. It's a good cross. Another chance for Welbeck, just wide. That's what angers me most about Spurs, not stopping the cross at source.
And it's a free header, a very comfortable free header.
And in the end, it's only just wide. You think if it had been inside the post, maybe Vicario would have got there, but it was a little close for comfort. You've got to stop those crosses.
The general theme from the comments is sign Matoma.
I know, yeah.
Everyone wants Matoma.
The problem is that Brighton sell their players for like hundreds of millions of pounds, don't they?
Yeah.
Decky Kulusevski up against Igor this time, and Igor gets the better of him. And Solanke presses the keeper. Maybe Decky should go right here. Yeah, he didn't. Brighton play it out. 40 minutes gone, but there'll be some added time because there was a bit of an injury in the first 15 minutes. And a VAR check, wasn't there? There was a long VAR check. Anyway, Brighton getting some... Oh, they're in down the middle here, Brighton. And Van der Ven's going to have to put the afterburners on. And takes
What did we say
everything.
before the game? That was the one. It's too easy to get that ball through, though.
Beautiful from Van der Ven. Brighton take it quickly, though. And they've got another chance to get across in here. But they don't. They turn away. They're a bit narrow this time, Brighton. And Spurs could hit them on the transition here with Kulusevski if he's got any options. He has to... Oh, and he finds it beautifully down the line to Johnson, and he's going for the return, and there he gets it.
That.
This is lovely stuff down the right. They've got 3 other forward here. Kulusevski, can he find Werner? He tries to, but it comes to Madders, who has a volley chance, but actually lays it out to Werner. Good first touch from Timo. Oh, it doesn't quite get enough on it. Good stuff from Spurs. Ginger Nut says, Werner is actually really good at nearly everything we need him for apart from finishing. Cut him some slack. Let's keep him so he can go on the bench and sell... Well, I don't know what he's saying there. At the end, he was suggesting selling Decky Kulusevski, which is mental. Guys, if you're not already a subscriber to We Are Tottenham TV, press that subscribe button, press a like on this video, get it up the algorithm, seen by as many Spurs fans as possible. And also come to my channel at @BarnabySlater_ for daily Spurs content. And you can find Luke on TikTok at FootyTalkTok. Go and follow him there. 41st minute. Brighton 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Next goal will be very important in this game, as Brighton come down the right with Minter. ex-Newcastle player, despite never having played for Newcastle. Fascinating. Udogie now, one-on-one, and gets a good tackle in to throw into Brighton on the right.
Come on, show some steel. See this first half out now.
Or get another.
And we'll get another one.
Oh, 50-50 there. And looks like Werner's gone down there. And they win a free kick. I didn't think it was a free kick from where I was looking, but he looks like he got a sore one there, Timo. Spurs fans everywhere hoping.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say it.
Not me, though.
No.
I think he's been important for Spurs today. Got an assist, of course. Spurs just playing it around the back line now, and it comes to Romero. Just before we got that second goal, Romero did turn off for a second, and they had a big chance. And he has Jamie Carragher's been having a go at Romero this year, saying he's been a bit lacking in concentration. So just need that to.
There's substance to it, definitely.
Keep an eye on it. Anyway, he's got the ball now, and he plays it inside. Beautiful stuff, Solanke. And Johnson's in. Johnson's in. He's in on goal here, Johnson. Chance. Oh, just over the bar.
The defender did well to slightly nudge him.
Yeah.
To kind of put him off balance slightly.
Who put him in the end there?
Kulusevski?
Yeah.
The pace to get in, yeah. That slight nudge there took him out wide slightly. Just, yeah, look. Hit it with his left foot and then just put him wider.
Oh,
that nestling. Imagine that one nestling in the bottom corner there. Scenes.
Ball already back, though, with Romero. And that was beautiful football between Solanke and Kulusevski on the transit. Just a very quick kind of counter-attack. And again, space for Bentancur in the right. He finds Porro. Kulusevski is in again down the right here. And Igor is with him, and he's on a booking, so he's got to be careful. He's driving at the box now. Decky. Who's he going to find? Good run inside there. Didn't find him. Decky goes to the byline, though.
Oh.
And that's a bad ball.
Win a corner or something.
Oh, I tell you what. I thought.
No,
Brighton clear it, but it only comes to Porro. And
that's
Spurs
settle down good.
Recycle it back to Romero. The away fans enjoying this at the moment. Romero dinks it over to Madders. Oh, and a bad ball from Bentancur. And it's been that kind of half for Bentancur.
Yeah.
But he's getting his body in the right places. He's kind of working hard. That's all you can ask, really.
But I don't mind. He's trying to. He's getting involved, and we have got a replacement at the end of the day if it gets.
45th minute. Brighton being pressed backwards again. Oh, and Igor does well there, and that's going to be a foul against Solanke. Yeah, it was, Dom. It was. Doing a lot of doggy work, Dominic Solanke. We haven't made him a chance yet, but he's working hard. Brighton now getting it in down the right. Getting it out to the right-hand side, sorry.
3 minutes.
3 minutes added time. They're going to look for this big diagonal, I would have thought, or they're going over the top. No, it goes to the right-hand side. Spurs need to be really on it for these 3 added minutes. One of the most dangerous times just before the break. Play it into central midfield. Brighton. Belieber. Plays it out to Matoma. This is where all the danger's coming from. He's driving at the byline. It's a great cross, and actually, it's really well defended. Was that Romero? And Spurs play it out. Oh, and it should be a yellow card.
Good.
It should be a yellow card, but it's not. Because I think Solanke would have found Werner, who would have been driving at his fullback, who he's had on toast.
And he would have scored.
Tagadini in the comments says we're playing well, creating a lot. G. Moore says, I can't think of a rock big enough for all the Johnson-Werner haters to get under. Certainly Johnson wants. Anyway, Spurs take the free kick. Van der Ven. Udogie. Madders gives him an option down the line, but he's going to turn away, I think. Yeah. Finds it back to Van der Ven. And now Romero. Romero gets it across. Do you see that? Just the water on the pitch is just slowing those passes down a little bit. You just have to be extra careful to get enough on each pass. But anyway, Vicario finds Van der Ven. He pings one into Solanke. He does well on his chest. Udogie's helping him. Doggy wanted a handball there. They all stopped, but it didn't get given. So now Brighton have it with Igor. Plays a nice little inside ball. They're going to try and dink this over the top, are they? And Romero clears it and then goes for the second ball as well and does well. Dinks it over the top to Johnson.
That's right option.
He just hits it
Honestly,
down.
You look every single time they get the ball to go out to their right channel, their right side. Werner blocks that pass every single time very well that people don't see. Obviously, they're getting on the left quite easily.
Yeah.
But he blocks that pass out to their right winger.
Yeah.
Very well.
Oh, he was offside there by Miles, by the way. I saw it, but it doesn't look like the line is going to give it. Yeah, it does. 30 seconds left of added time. Brighton 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. If I was a neutral, I would be thinking that Tottenham are a very good football team. But I'm not, and therefore I think we might lose 4-2. That's experience talking, not this game talking, because Spurs have been good for this. Brighton have had a couple of chances, but in general, Tottenham have opened them up at will. And that is half-time. Very, very enjoyable half of football. Like I just said, if I wasn't a Tottenham fan, I was watching this, I'd just be like, these guys are there or thereabouts. I have to say, there aren't many teams in the Premier League playing as well as Spurs at the moment, are there?
On the ball, the confidence, the runners. And what I like about this one is the options, the bravery in taking the ball in difficult positions. That little bounce pass that we're doing to get in behind as well. Just so much faster and better. Like this last 6 games has been so much better. It's more like the Tottenham that we expected to see this season. And
so much of it, I think, has come from this relationship that's formed between Maddison and Kulusevski in the kind of 8-10 roles, hasn't it?
100% that. And as I say, Bentancur, maybe not today, but him and his confidence in carrying the ball, holding on to it, looking for the passes. Maddison and Kulusevski playing further up the pitch in more effective areas, which is what we want. And I'm not surprised by how we're playing.
Postecoglou has always said, hasn't he? He's like, I don't know if he says it exactly, but certainly it's kind of implicit that he thinks if we play to our ability and are able to keep the ball in the final third of the opposition for the majority of the time, then the amount of chances that the opposition has, sure, we'll give away chances, but the amount of them will be so much fewer, and therefore the pressure on them to score those chances is higher. So yes, they had a great chance with Danny Welbeck from a beautiful outside of the foot cross from Mitoma, but that's pretty much all Welbeck's had in the game.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he, frankly, really embarrassingly missed it.
Well, we had the header as well. He had the glancing header that weren't a bad header, but that's Tottenham. I don't think we're ever going to change that, unfortunately, under Postecoglou. And with the case of going forward, like you say about Postecoglou, this is what we're going to do. He doesn't really care about the personnel in terms of, say, catering to Werner's not being able to finish whatever. It's like, this is a role that you do within this system. You're the backup player. You've got to get yourself in there and do it. And I think, all over the pitch, it's just nice to watch. I think if you're Brighton now, just putting myself in the shoes of the Brighton manager, right? You're 2-0 down, and you've watched a half where Decky Kulusevski has had the run of the pitch. He's had the freedom of the Amex. And if you're him, you want to say, okay, I need to put a man on Kulusevski. You need to follow him wherever he goes. But if they do that, it's going to open up space elsewhere, and they need to be chasing the game. So he's in a bit of a dangerous position, the Brighton manager, I think. I think he's still going to come out because he'll be confident with those chances that they weren't. It was a good chance from Welbeck. And what was that touch as well? The one where he was over the top of Udoghi's head, Minter. That a better touch, and that's an easy chance at goal. So I think he'll be confident still, Hurtler, that keep the way they're doing, and they will get another chance. And it's just whether we can take ours first. I'll take you through some of the match action. In the first minute, 17 seconds, Timo Werner was put in down the left, completely through, and all he has to do is play the left-footed ball across the box that he's so brilliant at, and I think it just came too early for him because Brennan Johnson made the perfect run, as he does, but he just put too much on it, and that was 17 seconds. In the second minute, Decky Kulusevski ran the length of the pitch down the right-hand side. They're kind of 1 against 1 all over the pitch, Brighton, and they're not doubling up on on anyone. Kulusevski was able to run at Lewis Dunk, and in the end, he gets on the box, pulls it onto his favoured left foot. You think he's going to try and place it into the far corner, as he always tends to do, but actually he went near post, and Dunk was able to slide in and get a block on to put it out for a corner. Then the 4th minute, Madders in over the top, and the ball's coming over him, and we're like, how's your touch? It's a good first touch. And actually, by the time the ball comes down and it bounces, he hits a left foot volley, and what he should have done is had a little scan because there were 2 men free in the middle. So Spurs basically make 3
gilt-edged chances in the first 4 minutes. Then it's a little bit quiet until the 21st minute when Spurs had a goal disallowed. Timo Werner gets a header at the back post, does well, gets it on target. It's blocked on the line, but the defender who blocks it on the line hits it onto James Maddison and it goes in. But they call it back because from the initial break of play, Pedro Porro, who'd made a wonderful run into the channel, was millimetres offside. VAR called it back, but it was given correctly. And then it's the 23rd minute. Brennan Johnson, he wears number 23, doesn't he? No, that's Porro. Is it Porro? No, Johnson's 22.
That's it,
Brennan Johnson, 23rd minute, his 6th goal in 6 games. Fantastic run after deleting his social media because he was getting so much abuse from the Spurs fans. And the through ball from Dominic Solanke is absolutely weighted to perfection. An assist for Solanke, and then it comes onto Johnson's left foot. The perfect finish, doesn't try and hit it too hard. Inside of the boot, passes it into the far corner. I mean, 6 games ago, did you think Johnson had finishes like that in his locker?
And that is confidence. Every single player on that pitch can technically do that finish. It's instinctive. He didn't have to think about it too much. He knew what he was going to do before. Werner? Well, that's what I mean. Timo Werner, but he overthinks. You can tell Timo Werner, you can tell his brain's going. Every single time he gets the ball in a position, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. Confidence there from Johnson.
Yeah. He didn't. I'd say 7 games ago, probably Brennan Johnson would have thought about taking a touch there.
Yeah, that's it.
And instead, he just glides it home with his left foot. 31st minute, Brighton suddenly start getting into the game, or at least a few minutes around the 31st, and Welbeck should score. It's that cross I was telling you about. Mitoma, who is definitely the most dangerous player on the pitch for Brighton. Pedro Porro is pretty much always trying to show him down the line, but this time Porro gave him too much space, actually, and he bent his outside of the foot cross around Porro, and Welbeck is free about 6 yards out, but just doesn't get anything on it. 36th minute, Hinshelwood had a header that went way wide. And then the second goal, also in the 36th minute, James Maddison. Timo Werner driving at the box on the left all day. Werner has been one-on-one against his fullback, and he's taken him on and beaten him time after time. This time he cuts inside and just waits for the perfect time, lays it off to Maddison, opens his body up, places it into the far corner, and you've got to say the keeper should save it, but he doesn't. And Tottenham 2-0 up, and a good assist for Werner. That'll be good for his confidence. 39th minute, Welbeck had another header just wide. Spurs not being great at stopping the crosses at source. That's something I've been complaining about all season, and we will concede goals because of that. But Welbeck got a good header. It was from about probably, 12, 13, 14 yards, quite far out.
Yeah, definitely. Just inside, yeah.
And just goes wide. Maybe Vicario might have got across to it if it'd been on target, but you can't be sure. And then in the 43rd minute, Brennan Johnson was put in by Deki Kulusevski. He's driving at the box, and just before he takes his shot, the defender gets a little push in on him, sends him a bit further wide, and in the end, Johnson's shot goes over the bar. So that is what happened in the first half. I would have to just say, and I'm sure the co-commentators, the pundits in the Sky studio are saying it, that Tottenham have been very, very good value for their 2-0 lead, but 2-0, a very dangerous score in the Premier League. Whoever scores the next goal, I think it'll be very vital, because if it's Brighton, the momentum will be with them, the crowd will get on it. They know that they can make chances, but if it's Spurs, you'd then, I think, at 3-0 start seeing a very fatigued Brighton side, and Tottenham could really open them up. So
I just want to see us continue how we've been playing, but Romero needs to get hold of that back four now and just show his captaincy. That was him that switched off that Welbeck chance that should really go in. So he's got to get hold of them now and start fast.
Adam Phillips says, get Mikey Moore on for Timo Werner. Well, I would actually argue that Timo Werner's pace is causing them all sorts of trouble, and I think the Brighton fullback would rather see a Mikey Moore at the moment, someone who's realistically not going to do him on the outside time after time. And Werner and Johnson on each side kind of having chalk on their boots from staying out wide. Just that ball in between their fullback and the centre-back on each side is on all the time.
Yeah, I think... I don't know what he would want to change right now. It's working. Keep with it. I think we will see Mikey Moore, but it depends on the next goal. If we get that third goal, then 100% we'll see him sooner rather than later. But I'd say I wouldn't change anything just yet.
Yeah. MHTB says you can see things coming together nicely now. You got to give it to Ange Postecoglou. He said in the first 4 games, he said, I think we've been playing well. The results haven't been what we've deserved. And that's true. Should have beaten Leicester, should have beaten Newcastle. The Arsenal one was disappointing, but Arsenal did what Arsenal do against us, just shut up shop, and we couldn't break them down. And now it seems like, this game is by no means over, but even if something terrible was happening in this game, you can't say that Tottenham are not playing some beautiful football.
Exactly, and it's just in the intensity that we're doing it, the speed and the confidence. I said to you in one point in that half, is what we struggle with is when that teams get set up. when we allow them to get set up, and because we're moving it faster now and we're finding that man in the pockets of space, he's laying it off and we're moving, getting the ball in behind. I love it, and that's been a difference.
I have to say, I said this a little bit before the game, and this is obviously not a Manchester United fan channel, so I don't even know why I'm saying it. But if you're Manchester United, if you're a Manchester United fan, or if you're Sir Dave Brailsford, someone working at Ineos, you have to look at Tottenham and how quickly Ange was able to instill this style, and say Ten Hag is not able to do that. He's not capable of doing that. They have to find a man who is able to do it. And I'm afraid, I know this is almost taboo to say it, you have to give some credit to Daniel Levy for taking a risk on a guy who's never managed at the top level, because the Spurs fans hated the style of football that we've been playing under 3 managers. Yeah. And he went the other way, and I said it to you earlier, didn't I? I think watching Spurs now reminds me of watching Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds. The difference being we've got far superior players, and the main difference being we've got Mickey van der Ven, who at the back is basically the equivalent of 2 players. He's the equivalent of a quick fullback like Kyle Walker, but also a strong centre-back in the tackle. So look, I'm not Nicky in or Levy in or anything like that. I don't have a strong opinion on that. But what I say is, when you abuse that man for the mistakes he makes, you've got to say it's fun watching Tottenham Hotspur play.
That's it. Watch with your eyes. Exactly that. Watch with your eyes. Watch what you're seeing in front. Things are coming together. We can't rest on our laurels because, let's be honest, Brighton could have had a couple of goals, but you're watching something you enjoy.
Exactly.
That's the main thing.
And entertainment is a huge part of it. Yeah. And one of the things I used to love about the heyday of Pochettino's Spurs is I would watch Match of the Day 2 or Match of the Day, and the pundits would love talking about how Spurs were great to watch. Yeah. And it is important. It gives you a good feeling. Just want to say, Boinker says, Barnaby is the GOAT, but very impressed with Luke. We'll check his channel out. There you go.
Legend.
There you go. Top man. So, predictions for the second half. Like we said, obviously, first goal, all important. I'm obviously, as a Spurs fan of over 35 years or so, I'm shitting myself, despite the fact we're 2-0 up. Yeah. But you'd fancy us to score at some point in this half, wouldn't you?
We've got chances we've got chances. It's just who it falls to. Unfortunately, we will get some good chances again, but I think Brighton will too. Yeah. That's why the timing is so important. As long as we approach how we did that first half, I'm confident.
Berman Yang says, why is no one mentioning Romero? He's been the man of the match for me. His composure on the ball and incisive passes to get things going like a quarterback. Well, one thing I would say is Romero is an absolutely elite centre-back when it comes to pinging those balls in between the lines. That's what he's brilliant at, and that's incredibly hard to defend against. But he gets a couple of marks off him for just not looking over his shoulder and seeing where Welbeck was. That's a little bit too easy for that chance. Yeah,
for a player of his calibre, you can't be. I think he was a bit too concerned about what was happening away from him to moan at someone else in that instance where he should have been tracking his man. And
Robert Silcock says Brighton will push on and Werner will get his goal with his scuffed finish special. I'd take any kind of scuffed finish at the moment.
Just please.
Nice Yar says Porro needs a rest. He's played too much. I mean, there's an international break now, so realistically, just let's keep the players on the pitch. Let's win the game, and let's enjoy our 2 weeks. MHTB says, imagine if we keep getting better, the pulling power we'll have for top new players, attacking footy, talent all round, great facilities, Prem contenders. What I would say is what I like about Tottenham's new strategy under Johan Lange, and they're being very open about it, under Scott Munn, Johan Lange and Big Ange Postecoglou. They're reminding me of what Dortmund have done really well for the last 5 years or so, which is they're looking to get the best young talent who are also ready to play now. Now, what is difficult about that is that Chelsea are cherry picking really and spending an enormous amount of money and paying huge wages to the best talent in the world, really. But Tottenham are fishing around the waters that are left over. And I think it's unlikely in January or in the summer that Spurs are going to start spending £75 million on a player. I really do. Big Ange Postecoglou has said he'd rather spend £50 million twice than pay £100 million for anyone. But I think they're buying players who, I think their talent scouting at the moment is good. And you have to look at Brennan Johnson as a perfect example. People were balking at the £50 million we paid for him, but not many players score 6 and 6 in all competitions, and he's looking like the real deal.
But look at the impressionable players he's buying. Obviously, in Johnson there, Solanke. There was always a choice between Solanke and Tony. That was kind of, and it was always for me Solanke, just for the way he would play within our team. System player.
Ivan Toney is not going to press like Dominic Solanke. No, it's just a fact. Solanke is doing so much doggy work. It's unbelievable. He must be so knackered.
I would take him doing that every single game and getting one tap-in chance to get his goals.
I completely agree. Max Harris, I'm looking forward to seeing that new Korean kid in January we signed. Yeah, he actually scored again, his 10th goal of the season yesterday, and it's his first season in professional football. He is rapid, but I think we need to probably be realistic patience-wise with him. He's played nowhere near this kind of level, so it'll probably be a while. Jory with the super chat. Top man, let's get that on the screen. He says, for me, Ange Ball has fully arrived. It's going to yield max and success, whatever that will look like. We're winning at the Emirates, silverware incoming. Jory, hopefully we'll talk to you in the post-match fan show. Guys, there will be an instant match reaction after this show and then a post-match fan show, so get your calls in. The way to call in will be in the chat and the community section. Jory, yes, I love that you're confident about Ange Ball having arrived, but let's just get to the end of the game.
That's it, yeah.
Let's get to the end of the game, and hopefully we can have an amazing second half, and hopefully, we can talk about Ange Ball having fully arrived completely. Yeah, Yangalanga just says just need to check on Mitoma. Totally, I agree. And Starcrow says, I think if we qualify for Europa last 16 and a top 6, Ange will get his left back and centre mid in January. Winger next summer when Hill and Solomon actually leave. Yeah, possibly. Let's see what happens. I mean, at the moment, I think most importantly, let's just keep our players fit. Yes. There are some players in our squad who we absolutely cannot afford to get injured. I don't want to be putting a hex on this, but the likes of Vicario and Van der Ven, for sure.
Once upon a time, it would have been Sonny, but he's been injured and we've been able to, so far, handle it.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Philly Deli's bro says, Jory just jinxed away our only chance. Doesn't work like that. Anyway, the players now just coming out onto the pitch. Brighton out first, but Spurs coming out after them, doing a little training exercise to warm themselves up as they get onto the pitch. What are those cones? Right. Dimitar Berbatov has just said in the punditry, I just want to point out, compared to the other game we watched, meaning the Aston Villa Manchester United, look how much we've had to talk about. He loves watching Spurs play at the moment.
What's he, Spurs or Man United? Berbatov deep down.
He's Man United, unfortunately.
You reckon, is he?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Never.
Shouldn't be, though.
No.
Do you know what? I remember when we signed Berbatov, I was like, okay, from Leverkusen. And then he played in an early Europa League game, I remember, and we were in our brown kit. And just some things he was doing in that game, I was like, whoa, we've got ourselves a genuine worldie player here. Some of his touches, just beautiful.
Yeah, one of the best
What a
touches.
player. What a player. And I was at the game at the Valley. Do you remember that goal he scored against Charlton? I was at that game.
Flick round a defender.
Madison has just won a free kick just outside the box, and he's looks like a sore one on his foot there. The ref gives it. So it's on the left-hand side of probably about 23, 24 yards out. Oh, it's a pretty... Do you know what? He nicks the ball away, and it's quite high, that. He's got away with it. I think a bit later in the half, that would have been a yellow card. Madders is all right. That's good. Yeah, it's a bit far out for a shot here. Romero's going in. Romero and Van der Ven going in at the back post. Madders lining up the free kick. Go on, Madders. Good delivery. Let's add a set piece to our... Solanke's going towards the near stick, looks like. Now he's making a run around the back. Here it comes. Chance, or just behind Romero, but Johnson's going to hit it first time, and Romero Johnson hit a first time kind of volley. It bounced, and Romero tries to flick it in, and it goes miles over the bar. At the very most, a kind of half chance, but not really even that, I'd say.
I coached alongside his brother Andrew Crofts last season. There you go. Here's one for you.
Did you?
Lordswood.
There you go. Oh, careful there, Spurs on the right. Johnson on the right now. Well done. And then he's tackled Johnson. Yeah, fair tackle. And Brighton have got 3 men around the ball here, and they're in down the left-hand side with Welbeck. Against Porro. Porro should have the
He's done well. He's done well to recover.
Yeah, and Romero just kind of dived in on him. And Porro gets it down the line, but Brighton keep the ball on. Oh, and then a bit of a dodgy ball, and Solanke's chasing Lewis Dunk, who's going to go back to the keeper. And none of the others able to press with him. Brighton have it in central midfield.
Good.
Brighton just getting on the ball early here and get it out wide left. Matoma's made a run in behind Porro. And he goes early cross here. Oh, doggy! It's a goal for Brighton. And Destiny Udogie at the back stick has made a mistake there, unfortunately.
What do we say?
The cross came in very easily from Matoma. This is not what we needed.
That changes the game massively.
So Matoma gets in and he crosses it first time. And Van de Ven, I think, puts Udogie off, basically. And now the crowd are up for it.
You've got both left-footed players in there, swinging their right pegs at it. Look at them there.
And it's Minter. And now, as we said, the next goal will be all important, and Brighton have got it. 47th minute, his first goal for Brighton after moving from Newcastle for big money. Spurs just need to get the tempo back up, and Van de Ven just hacks it down into the channel. That's a bit weird. We don't see that very often. Anyway, he's turned his full-back. Don't foul him. Werner blocks it, and it's a goal kick. Oh, dear.
Yeah. Just it deflates you, doesn't it, that one?
Big Ange won't be happy about that, but it happens. But they've got to stop the crosses. That's what I'm saying. They never stop the crosses.
But I think even still, you're just expecting one of them to hook it away, aren't you? I think that's just a basic mistake there, as opposed to...
I actually think so. What Van de Ven has tried to clear it at the near post with a sliding kind of
his right foot again, trying to get his leg around it.
He misses it, and I think that puts Udogie off, basically. I'll tell you what, Vicario just tried a very difficult ball in central midfield. It nearly got picked off. In the end, it goes through to Igor. You can hear the fans getting behind Brighton a little bit now, and Brighton have a little bit, about 5% more on the ball. And they're in down the right here. Oh, dear. Spurs have just dropped off and are not kind of controlling the game at the moment. Ange will want them to get back onto the ball and get the tempo up, controlling the game again. One of the things I do find Spurs suffer with is their ability to make good decisions when things are going against them a little bit. It's a kind of slight lack of leadership. And now Brighton are in. Oh, it's a bad ball, thankfully. It comes to Vicario.
Important 5 minutes, this just settle down.
Vicario now throws it to Van de Ven. Vicario out to Porro. Not the loveliest ball, but he does well. And Kulusevski. Bentancur just tried a ball over the top. No one really there. 50 minutes gone. Dunk. Finds his fullback. Werner working hard. Oh.
That's all right.
Comes through to Vicario. He's got to just do it easy. Finds Bentancur. He's being pressed. Nice stuff.
Well done.
Udogie in a lot of space now on the left. And Werner is outside him if he wants to find him. And he does. Tima's first touch takes it away. Back.
Fine now. 5 minutes. That's what we need. We need to settle down.
Romero.
Take the sting out of it.
Romero finds Bentancur. He finds Porro. Oh, and Kulusevski in space over the top here. Cut it back. Oh, he tries to cut it back. It was Madders. Would have been in, but it's a good block from Brighton. Good tackle.
Quicker.
That's a corner to Spurs. Decky had a chance to play Maddison in behind them, and Leicester tackle plays it out for corner. We could do with a set-piece goal here, Spurs, to be honest. Kev G says, yet again, we go back to being sloppy, and now we'll be under the cosh because we crumble.
Faith.
Come on, let's get a set-piece goal. Yeah.
That's what the neutrals wanted, that goal. Game on.
51 minutes gone. It's going to be an in-swinging corner from Decky. No, he goes short. Porro finds... No, now it's Porro. Chance! Oh, it came to Romero, but it was a bit behind him, and actually Van de Ven's kept it on well. Finds Maddison. Plays a lovely ball to Brennan, who just hits it towards the near post, and he's offside anyway. Oh, it was Solanke with the header, was it? I think it's Romero, isn't it? Yeah, it's just behind Romero. That's a shame. He was totally free in the box, the middle of the box there, Romero.
Good, they've got more numbers up there now on that line, Brighton. Stopping that pass.
Right. Vicario, plays it to Bentancur, plays a dodgy ball to Van der Ven, who deals with it quite well, has to turn away to Vicario. Yeah, they've got 3 pressing Spurs now. Oh dear. Decky not there, but you got away with it there, Kulusevski, and it comes to Doggy. He does well, finds Madders. Who finds Werner, who finds Udogie now driving down the line. That's not...
Oh.
No, it wasn't a foul. It was a bizarre bit of play there. And the Brighton... He's done his knee, has he? Veltman. This was bizarre. He tried to take Udogie out.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And he's ended up hurting himself. Anyway, he's back up. Spurs yet to make a chance, really. I mean, there was a free header for Romero, but it was just a bit behind him. We need to get Johnson in some good positions, actually. Yeah. He's our killer at the moment.
What's important at the moment is we've taken this thing out of the game now and the goal, so it's fine.
Timo, decent first-time ball. Doggies. Oh, Timo tried to just get in around the corner there, didn't quite come off. But Solanke working hard. Makes the Brighton player beat him. And then Timo just in a bit of a weird position there. Oh, and they've beaten the press. They're through in midfield now, and they find Matoma straight away. Porro up against him a bit. Johnson's in a good position. They come inside. Oh, it's a good ball over to Minter now. He's full of confidence. Fronts up. Now, they're going to get across to the back stick here, are they? They will eventually, I'm sure. Here it comes. It's a good block, keeper. Yeah, and in the end, Vicario, it's just under his bar and he has to tip it out for a corner. It's corner cross blocked from Bentancur, and in the end, Vicario does the right thing to not Jordan Pickford it and just tips it over. And they've taken the corner quickly, I think. They have, and the cross comes in. Keeper!
Vicario got a beat.
Well done, Vic. Now what's on? 55 minutes gone. Spurs not really playing the way they did the first half, it's fair to say. Tempo has gone down. Brighton have definitely tweaked it, so it's harder for us to get on the ball. And Van der Ven tries to play it into midfield, and it's blocked. And Werner is out-muscled.
Experience there and go down.
Udogie does well there. Bad ball though. Yeah, so Udogie played a bad ball for Decky. Romero's dived in. Big mistake from Romero there, I think. And Mitoma gets a shot away. And in the end, actually, I think Brighton could have let that go out for a corner. They tried to get another cross in, and it goes into Vicario's hands. But Romero just a little bit rash there. Yeah, that is... It's a decent save at the near stick from Vicario.
Hello, look, we're in. Kulusevski in.
Decky's in down the right. Oh.
On his right foot.
So Decky Kulusevski's done beautifully down the right. Should he cut this back there to Madders?
Do you know what? I think that was an all right option. That was the right option. It's just a bit like Werner in that first half. You're just talking a few yards out, misplaced. But I think it was the right option for him.
Okay, so another corner now. Madders looks like he's going to do an in-swinger. One hand up. No, he plays it to Decky. He lays it across. Oh, it's a dummy to Porro, but it didn't really come to him. And he tries to chip it, and it goes straight into the keeper's arms. 57 minutes gone. The Brighton fans far more in this game now, as you'd expect, with them having scored the last goal. Solanke now pressing across the back line, but they... Igor, just very easy for him there to play it down. Or Mitoma, Oh, they're in. They're in. They're in. 2-2.
Too
Easy.
Too easy.
He's kind of he's in amongst our back line, and then just takes one touch onto his left foot and hits it into the bottom right-hand corner.
Jorginho, Rutter.
So they find Mitoma, who's their best player, and Rutter just gets in between Udogie and Van de Ven, and it's too easy. Oh, it's poor.
Yeah.
Ange needs to be clever here. Make something change.
Yeah, not the changes he would have wanted to have made, that's for sure.
What is the tweak that they've made?
Brighton are getting us up, not letting us have time on the ball in our defence now, passing it out through them lines. And, yeah, there's definitely more intensity to them.
To let them score 2 goals in the first, basically 10 minutes of the second half is really poor. So, we start again. 2-2. Vicario into Van de Ven, and the Brighton fans are well into this now. And don't forget, they absolutely dominated us last year just because of the momentum. Good ball, though. Look how much space Kulusevski's got again in midfield now. And he plays it to Johnson, but it's a bit behind him. Inside now to Bentancur. Timo Werner now out on the left. And they're getting 2 across to... Oh, it's a good ball from Werner into Decky in the end.
Oh,
and Decky tries to nutmeg pass it to Madders, where maybe he should have just had a shot. He had a chance to get a left foot shot away in the box there. But again, Decky had so much time there, running at the Brighton back line.
We got out of that press last time. Maddison dropped in well. I don't know if you noticed it there in getting the ball out to allow Kulusevski to have space.
They've just gone through the back of Udogie. There's Veltman. He goes through the back of him. An hour gone now. 2-2. Tottenham just, I think, came out a bit complacent.
Yeah, exactly what we said.
Oh, and they've taken an early free kick. And Romero just pushes everybody out the way there. Oh, and the fans... Oh, it's Solanke, actually, not Romero. Sorry. What's Ange thinking, I wonder?
Well... Does he now do what people want in terms of more in there for Werner?
Oh, Romero chasing the game. They're in again down the middle. Mitoma is free at the back. It's going to be a third, I think. Comes to Mitoma. Cuts inside. Good block from Van de Ven. Oh, and now a chance for Johnson on the transition. Driving at his fullback. He's on his own, though. Needs help.
He's done well. Oh, he did. Van de Ven, Romero and Van de Ven do like to commit. I think we'll see Basuma soon.
4, Bentancur.
I'd imagine straight swap, yeah.
Or will he bring Pape Matar on to try and get more legs into this? Brighton now in down the right with Minter. He's going to get... and he beats Van de Ven to the byline. And in the end, he's helped out by Udogie. Brighton are all over us here. This is a completely different game. The fans are in it. There's only one team winning this here, from here at the moment, unless something changes. Oh, dearie me. I said it, didn't I? We struggle when things are going against us. Nobody kind of calms it down, gets the game by the scruff of the neck.
Our leader's too busy diving in.
Yeah. They're trying to push Maddison onto the keeper again. And put it on his head. Okay.
Talk.
Oh, well done, Pedro Porro there. Brighton won the first ball, but Porro then just calmly heads it back to Vicario. Bakari throws it out to Porro.
This is when you look to see who stands up and it's being counted now. Who wants the ball?
Yeah.
Who's running away from it? Who's avoiding it?
Van de Ven is no longer opening his body up to try and find Udogie. Madders is tentatively trying to get it off Vicario. This time Vicario does go to Van de Ven.
All he's doing there, Madders, is creating his pocket.
Good ball from Van de Ven into Solanke. He plays it to Udogie. Such a kick clash. I can barely see. Oh, Van de Ven has turned the wrong way here. Twice. He gets away with it and gives it back to Vicario. But just the pressing is so much more intense from Brighton now. Romero finds Porro, who dinks it over the top towards Johnson. He's not going to win that header as the second ball. And Kulusevski doesn't win the second ball. It's all change here. Solanke putting the press on. Good boy. Well done. Make them go back. Come on, Dom. Keep going, mate.
We're quite deep.
Yeah, deeper than we usually are. A bit of panic is set in, I guess.
Yeah.
Spurs haven't even made anything the second half at all. I mean, I guess a couple of runs at the back line. Matoma is just all over us. Porro does well there, though.
Well done. Yeah.
Well done, Decky. He won the ball.
Nah.
He won the ball. He won the ball. Kulusevski got the ball there. Wow, I'm surprised the ref gave that. And they've taken it quickly and Spurs aren't there. Look. Brighton are loving this now. Brighton have only ever won once from 2 goals behind in the Premier League.
Why do they show these stats?
That's the script, the Sky Sports script being written. And it was against City, apparently. Ange needs to make something happen here, I'm afraid. Otherwise, we're just waiting, I think. Solanke starting to work again, but they dink it over the top of Udogie to Minter. It's a good ball. Udogie does well.
Oh,
And he's kicked it off Udogie, unfortunately.
yeah, I'm not looking at any player on that pitch and they look confident.
No, they've gone into their shell big time. A game of 2 halves, the old cliche, and we're into the 65th minute now. Brighton really on it. Don't foul him. Oh, too easy there. Oh no! 3-2, Welbeck. Bad defending again. Just embarrassingly bad defending. Had a chance to just clear it out. Who is it who just...
Who'd you pick out? Time to do something, Ange.
What was he waiting for? Was it Madders at the near post? So they have a throw-in. It's Udogie who's up against him. Werner's with him, and he just plows through Udogie, and then Bentancur is...
Just the luck there, and then I don't know what he's tried to do. He's just to see it out.
Yeah. It's Bentancur trying to see it out, and instead Ruta somehow gets a cross in, and Welbeck's totally on his own in the middle. Right, what have you got? What minerals have you got, Spurs? Because for the last 20 minutes, you've been abject and embarrassing, frankly. And someone's got to show something here.
Even you turn around, you're looking at Romero after that goal, and he's just got his head down, and he's one that needs to be getting him G'd up.
Just really poor. Timo there's a bad touch, and now Brighton are in down the right again. They're in. Stand up, Destiny. Stand up. Oh, it's a yellow card at least for Udogie here.
Someone's got to get hold of him.
Terrible from Udogie. He's not had the best game. Well, Spurs were so in control in the first half, and then they've just totally come out of the second half complacent, and they've conceded 3 goals.
I don't even really had a chance. We had a decent chance this half. I can't even think.
Ange looks a little bit dumbstruck, frankly. Brighton fans singing 2-0 and you fucked it up.
You're looking, I guess from Postecoglou's that you look errors, that the swipes at the ball for that first goal, dodgy defending, just the ricochets.
Terrible defending for all 3 goals. Like individual terrible defending. Got to stay in this for the next 5 minutes here, not concede a 4th. Anyway, it's a free kick. They're going to swing it in towards Vicario. Are you going to mark anyone, Romero? Or are you just going to stand there? Here it comes. It's an outswinger, actually, near stick, and it's cleared. Decky working hard here, but it's well defended. Oh, Stupignon has been on the pitch all second half, and that's probably why they're doing well. Anyway, they're in down the right now. They're just playing good stuff now, Brighton. Tottenham just been abject this second half. I've barely seen a game switch like it. All I can think is there a possibility it's happened too early for Brighton? And if we could get the next one somehow. But
no.
Mitoma ran at Kulusevski. It's going to be a yellow for Kulusevski.
Oh, he's got him that yellow there.
Yeah, Mitoma just been wonderful today.
Yeah, it's soft.
Deary me. Bit of a soft underbelly, I'm afraid. It's really shown itself here. Anyway, it's another free kick. In towards Vicario. Again, hits the first man. And a chance for Spurs to break. Maddison finds Decky. Decky driving it, but it's Mitoma coming back. And it's a good tackle for Mitoma. And Decky wins the throw-in.
He's done well. That's the trouble now. There's no quick option. There's no outlet there, like there was in the first half.
And the ref's called him back because there's a ball on the pitch. Got 20 minutes to try and turn this round here, boys. It's been horrible second half. Well, that's why at half-time I was talking about the experience of being a Spurs fan. You can never rule this shit out. And Udogie didn't show for him at all there. Mickey van der Ven had the ball, and Udogie just slunk away from him. Anyway, Bentancur with a bit of space in central midfield. Chips it over to Werner, who's all on his own. This is the first time Werner's been able to drive at him. Kulusevski's made a good run there. Get it across the front, Decky. And it's a corner.
Better.
Werner's clearly free every time, so let's find him. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, as for changes, when you... is Bassoum or Sarr.
I feel like Ange at the moment is like, you got us into this mess, you've got to get us out, but it's another short corner. Kulusevski back to Maddison. Dinks it towards the back stick, and it comes out to Porro. Needs help. He's on his own out wide, and it's going to be another corner, I think. Yeah.
Big 20. Wow. How are we sitting here like this after that first half?
Needed the third in the first half. Come on, Spurs. Turn this round and make this a story. It's all I can look for. Has it happened too early? It's a terrible corner. It comes to the edge of the box. Timo's going to need some help here. He finds Udogie. He's being pressed, which is a bit of a worry because he's had. He goes all the way back. He's totally devoid of confidence after that mistake he made. At least one mistake in this half. Madders comes to get it. Madders to Van der Ven. It's slow from Spurs at the moment. Brighton have got us figured out. Something needs to change. It's a good ball, though, from Madders into Udogie. And now Werner again driving at his man. He's going to cut inside here. He might end up having a dig, and he has. It's over the bar. I would get Mikey Moore on now, actually, because if Werner's got that much space, then Mikey Moore can drive it. But none of the Spurs subs are warming up. So I think Ange is livid with them, and he's trying to get them to get themselves out of the hole.
Someone's put Spurs look tired. I think the intensity that we had in that first half, you're probably not far off.
I don't think that's an excuse, to be honest.
Well, it's not that.
You've basically got about 20 minutes to show what minerals you got here, Spurs, because you will be a laughing stock if you don't get something out of this game somehow. Not a single Spurs player currently warming up on the bench. Brighton making a change. Jorginho, Rutter, who scored one and set up the other. Didn't even see him in the first half. And Ciso coming on.
So no one's obviously coming on for the next 5 minutes at least then. So you're talking 10 minutes? Is that when we're going to try and affect the game?
We're making 2 subs, Brighton. Vifa coming on for Belieber. Hard to see where goal's coming from at the moment, Spurs. It's our free kick, but they're just standing on it at the moment because they're being pressed pretty. Van der Ven's going to go back, isn't he, to the keeper probably. Bentancur to Van der Ven. Needs options. Werner shows for him. Tries to dink it round the corner. It's not a great ball. That's going to be a foul against Bentancur. And now Brighton starting to roll on the floor a little bit and waste some time. And you would, wouldn't you?
Someone's put, bring back George Graham. Cool.
I don't think so. This is it. You know, waxing lyrical at half-time about how fun it is to watch Spurs. But the reality is... it's not fun then when you get absolutely turned over like this second half. Christ. Come on, Tottenham. Okay, the game started again. Solanke on the press.
I mean, you've got to give Herzl the credit how he's got them just believing in. We said at half-time, didn't we, what's he going to do? And they've come up a lot higher in their intensity in the press.
Good press from Spurs here. And that's won us a throw-in, has it? Yeah, just about. The Spurs away fans trying to get a chant going, but it's a little lackadaisical. That's the wrong word. It's just a little quiet, basically. And it goes all the way back to Vicario. Van der Ven plays a good ball to Werner, and Udogie makes a good run for him, but he needs another one inside. Udogie, now get it across the front, Udogie. Oh, he cuts it back towards Kulusevski on the edge, but it didn't get to him. Here we go.
There we go.
He's bringing Sarr and Basuma on. I'm not sure about Sarr here.
They've only been warming up.
I mean, Sarr will make some runs into the channels, but just technically, I'm not sure if he's the one to have on at the moment. But
surely he's not going like for like.
Brighton have just pressed us so high this half. Not able to deal with it. Van der Ven now. 15 minutes left of normal time. Look at that. The pressing Vicario. He's about 10 yards outside his box. Goes to Romero. He finds it across to Van der Ven now. Bentancur shows for him. That's nice. Sorry, it wasn't Bentancur, it's Madders. And now Bentancur finds Werner. You can put in Udogie here if he times it right. And he doesn't. Someone comes across. So Udogie has to pull back to Werner. He's going to come all the way back, is it? Timo to Bentancur. Yeah.
This is where they want us.
Okay, Romero. Kulusevski not getting on the ball this half. Porro now. Oh, just our form before international breaks. Horrible. It's horrible. Out to Johnson. We're not getting him in any dangerous positions at all. And they're just playing a bit low blocky here now, which you'd expect. At 3-2 up. Little run from Solanke there. Doesn't get found. No, Johnson. He's miles off. Come on, bit of tempo here, Spurs. This will be a very stressful... Oh dear, he plays in Porro, does well. Porro with a chance to cross. There's only one in the box though. It's going to be a corner, is it? No. Clears it, the Brighton man. Bad touch from Johnson. And Brighton clear it, but only finds Romero. Who finds Van der Ven. He's being pressed. Gets it across to Udogie.
So move it faster.
Werner. And Kulu had made a run, but they let him run offside, so Werner keeps it. Go on, do him the outside like you were first half. No. Udogi. Oh, good turn from Decky. But he goes the wrong side, gone the wrong way then, and now Brighton can clear. But they can't. They don't clear it because Decky gets the press on him. And Werner, he tried to find there. Comes to Porro on the edge of the box, who has a dig. Is it his own man?
No, you're not getting that.
He didn't have enough backlift there.
No.
Oh, and a no-look pass from Estupinian. He loves playing against Spurs. Well played. We won it back. Oh, and that's a terrible tackle. Oh, and it wasn't given as a foul. Really surprised at that. Anyway, it breaks to Madders. Can you find Timo? He doesn't want to find Timo, but he should.
Oh, we should have there. Come on.
He didn't want to pass it to Werner. It was obvious. It was literally obvious that he didn't want to pass it to Werner.
Even on his left foot.
That's really worrying to see, I have to say.
Yeah, we're going. Oh, so yeah, Werner not like for likes. So he's going out on that left then. If is he putting? Surely Kulusevski's not going out. Who's he got?
He's going to put Johnson on the left, is he? Kulusevski on the right. Sarr in the middle with Basuma and Madders.
Big 10 or so minutes.
Ref's just booked the keeper. Okay, 79 minutes gone. This has been the ugliest second half. It's been so horrible. Brighton just first to every ball and second ball. Matoma now trying to turn Porro. Gets on the outside of him. Help. Enciso's near him. He lays it back. It comes back to Matoma. Brighton just, it's too easy for them here.
Oh.
Romero dives in and it's a goal kick. He does well there, Romero. He doesn't look happy
Come on,
though.
G him up, come on.
Yeah.
On that shaking
He's not. Everyone assumes he's a kind of natural shouty leader, but he's not really.
No.
But he's wearing a Brighton jacket, even though he plays. They're showing Pascal Gross in the crowd. He plays for Dortmund now, but he's wearing a Brighton jacket, which is quite interesting. Anyway, Spurs. Sarr takes it off Romero. They need to be brave now, I'm afraid. Ange is going to be apoplectic in the interviews afterwards. Kulusevski is on the left, actually. Destiny does well there. Oh, and do you know what? And he tries to play a difficult ball, and he didn't need to. He didn't need to try the difficult ball there, did he? Just decision making is bad.
I mean, Kulusevski's been quite this. I mean, everyone has this half, but it's almost like you're sacrificing him, putting him out there now.
Completely agree. Yeah, it's so true. Like, what's the point in going to Old Trafford and winning 3-0 to then be 2-0 up here and lose 3-2? Basuma trying to do something down the line and he loses the ball. But they try the ball straight to Matoma and actually Porro cuts it out. And then he gets fouled in the middle by Matoma. That's a foul in the middle. I just can't see a score. There have been a few games like this in the last year where suddenly it's gone against us and we don't look like scoring. We don't know what to do we? We haven't made a chance second half. Oh, dearie me.
That was the run Kulusevski was making in the first half that was going for us.
Just nowhere near it at the moment. Nowhere near it. Just letting Brighton pop it around us. We're going to need them to make a horrible mistake or something. Destiny. Dearie me.
But, as I say, it's frustrating to watch from a Spurs perspective, but from a Brighton perspective of how they've managed the second half, you have to give some credit.
Yeah, but
it is frustrating to watch it.
Get on the Brighton fan channel, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's been mugged off here, Ange, second half by this 31-year-old.
Yeah.
But Do you know who I feel for at the moment? The woman working for Sky Sports doing the interviews, because Ange is, he can be cutting at the best of times, but he will not like any questions. Yeah. Anyway, Doggy on the left now, just going backwards every time. So Madders is going to come off for Mikey Moore by the sound of it. Come on, Romero just standing on the ball. We haven't got time for this, mate. Finds a decent ball into Kulusevski. Oh, I'll tell you what, got lucky there into Destiny. Chance. Oh, it's a good save from the keeper. Doggy with the right foot into the corner, right foot shot. It's a good save. Comes through bodies as well. Oh, not quite in the corner. Could have done with that bit of luck there. Ooh, Mickey van der Ven well out of position here. Minter in down the right. Stand up with Basuma. What are you doing?
What has he tried?
Basuma's just done the wildest slide-in tackle, and he's so lucky that Minter didn't go down. What was he doing?
Our game management.
Look at... That is wild from Basuma.
I don't even know what he's trying to achieve.
Dear me. 83 minutes. So now it's going to be Mikey Moore, is it? Can you press the box thing, Sam? Oh, it's a corner to Brighton. Tottenham. This... Oh, dear.
What is he doing?
That's a foul on the keeper. Johnson clears the corner. Romero dives in again, and then Minter has another shot miles over the bar. So, Mikey Moore, make yourself a hero, pal.
Yeah. Maddison. I want to see Maddison get his arms around Mikey Moore there and say, go on, son, get yourself in there, not just a little token. Come on, use.
Yeah.
That's what he needs. There's too many of them that just see it's about them, it's about the team.
Dear me, Tottenham have shown a lack of spine this half. A Doggy, decent ball into Solanke. Werner, it's Mikey Moore in down the left now. Rangy, now he's driving towards the, bit of a heavy touch, driving towards the byline. Tries to cut it back. It's not a great cross. And cleared by Brighton. Stand up. Don't foul him. Oh, Van der Ven gets himself in a bit of trouble, but does well. Finds Solanke, turns, gives it to Decky now on the left-hand side. Oh, he makes the wrong decision. Brighton they are a lot fresher. But Decky wins it back off him. And then a bad touch, but he's going to get a chance to cross it. Cuts it in. Oh, could he have gone down there, Solanke? He dinks it Solanke into the back post, and Johnson just got caught underneath it, unfortunately. Oh, no, it won't be. It's a goal kick. Another sub for Brighton. Oh, God, this has been horrible. Sorry if we haven't been talking much, guys. It's hard to know what to say, really. Just Tottenham have been so poor.
How do you explain the obvious mistakes we've made? It's different. It's there for everyone to see.
And Spurs they haven't tried to up it. When Brighton went 3-2 up, suddenly they've got something to hang on to. So you'd think, well, Tottenham will have to at least drive at them. And instead, we've just allowed Brighton to boss the game, in my opinion, anyway.
No, we allowed them to get a stranglehold. But the thing is, when you've got probably what is your best 11 on the pitch, oh my God.
Matoma nearly in down the left, and Romero trying to backheel it. Probably not the time, mate. Oh, and another backheel. Into Basuma. And that's a foul on him. But look at this. Just do it. Thank you. Romero gives it to Basuma, but he hasn't got much on, so he has to go back to Romero. They're all just standing about.
Where's that one in the middle? Where's the...
Van der Ven finds Kulusevski, just swapped with Udogie to find some space.
I don't know what Udogie's doing here. Just
Mikey Moore. Kulusevski, they're all just being pushed all the way back to the keeper. Brighton have given us a bit of a lesson this half, which is embarrassing, frankly. Romero now slow again, finds Van der Ven. Brighton working very hard. Mickey being forced to go back again. Horrible. Finds Vicario. 88th minute we're in now, guys. This has been honestly one of the worst performances. They're just blocking off every pass. Good turn from Porro, but he's got nothing on. He finds Basuma. But look, they've played very well here, Brighton. Basuma tries to dink it. That's going to go off. Solanke running the channel, goes straight to the keeper. He's just going to dive on it. Yet another game just before the international break where Spurs find a way to make life so unenjoyable. There will be an instant post-match reaction after this game.
Wow.
I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm interested to see what Postecoglou does say.
And they're in down the left here. Romero's being chased. Oh, Romero gets a bit lucky there. Romero into Sarr.
Come on, urgency.
Touch. To Porro. Van der Ven. Just nobody's really... Romero, just get up front or something. Mikey at least taking them on, but...
No.
Just muscled off it there. And they've got 3 men around the ball, Brighton. 4 men around the ball, and no one from Spurs anywhere near it. And Udogie wins it back. And now Mikey Moore. Go on, drive down the line. He won't this time because he got muscled off it last time.
There's no willing receivers. Come on.
No. And Sarr's run away from Porro there. And I'll tell you why. Because he's now in down the right.
Good touch.
He's a good crosser, actually, Sarr. Oh, and he came across to Solanke. Oh, and Brighton just play it around us really easily to get out of trouble. And then they hack it out for play. 90th minute.
Can we?
They're not. Matoma has been given player of the match, no surprise. Got to find 5 added times, surely, from somewhere. 4. Only 4 minutes added time. Spurs haven't made a chance second half. Porro now. Oh, going to try and get a cross in. Oh, it comes all the way to the back and it's a corner. Get the keeper up. Just get the keeper up. I don't care. That was a good cross from Porro, actually. Solanke couldn't quite get there. And Mikey Moore wasn't at the back post. Has Brendan Johnson been taken off? Is he on the pitch?
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
Haven't seen
Shows how
him.
much we've been watching. It's just been so frustrating to watch.
Oh, God. Next 5. Mikey Moore on the corner. Go on then, make yourself an assist, boy. Back stick. Easily cleared from Brighton. Oh, and now Brighton are in. Brighton are in. How did that happen? And Decky does well there.
Come on.
Oh, no, careful. He'd already been booked, I think, Kulusevski. He was lucky not to get sent off. Brighton have 4 against 2 here. Chance. Goes the wrong way, the 8. And Basuma does well.
And then there's nowhere to go.
And Decky going down the line, but he's got no help, and he gets fouled. That should be a booking, really. It's Danny Welbeck chasing back. Just haven't laid a glove on them.
Void of any idea this second half. But, as I say.
The instant match reaction will be on a separate stream, won't it, Sam? Yeah, so for the instant match reaction, those of you who can bring yourself to listen to it, I'll be on a different stream, so look out for that after the game, and we'll go through some of your comments there as well. The Brighton fans absolutely know that they're not going to... Look at that, we're not even... they just put Spurs put a free kick in to the box.
What it
nobody
feels like.
nobody challenged for it, and then they just allowed Dunk to just head it back to their keeper so easily.
This feels like there wasn't a plan for conceding a goal. it was, we're going to get this third goal and we're going to see this game. It's almost like, oh, what do we do now? We've conceded a goal. That weren't part of the plan. And we just haven't turned up in the second half.
Sarr, at least one ahead of there. Solanke putting them under some pressure. Oh, I tell you, if that had fallen to Sarr there, he might have been in. But instead, it comes to Brighton on the halfway line. Spurs are at least trying to put a press on with Mikey Moore. Comes back to Van der Ven. They've got 1 minute here, Spurs, to make a chance, which would be the first one they've made all half. Vicario finds Romero. He's just going to sit on it for a bit. Plays it to Van der Ven. Spurs just jogging about. Deary me. Just shameful. And Kulusevski looks spent. And Mitoma's in at the back, but Romero blocks it out. Is there anything to go on? Can he put... Oh, he's put too much on it there, Romero.
Too much.
Tried to play Johnson in. It's just a horrible pass. And the keeper picks it up.
Second half has been everything the first half wasn't.
Don't let it bounce. That's a foul. Okay,
Yeah, they've done that a lot. These little tactical fouls. Done that very well.
And he's got to find maybe half a minute extra just because the cramp and stuff. Decky now driving it. Mikey Moore on the left. Just get some get Sarr in the box as well. Mikey Moore beats his man on the left, beats his man in the middle, but you won't win that free kick. You don't win them, unfortunately, in the Prem because he was wrong side of him. And now Brighton down the line. Oh, he didn't add anything.
Done.
Tottenham have lost 3-2 to Brighton, having been 2-0 up at half-time and absolutely coasting. One of the worst performances in the second half that I remember, not just under Ange Postecoglou, but from a Spurs side. Just lacking in any kind of belief, desire, or ability to bring it back from a difficult position. We'll talk more about that in the instant match reaction, which will be on a separate stream. So go and find that. We'll start that in a minute.